Does your heart beat faster when the waiter walks to your table? Do your hands start sweating?
Do you look at the menu, see 100 words, and suddenly forget your own name? You want to order the steak, but you panic and order chicken nuggets.
We have all been there. You are not alone. Restaurant anxiety is the #1 reason English learners avoid speaking in public. But today, that ends.
Welcome back to the Fearless English Podcast. I'm Leo.
And I'm Mia. Today, we are not just doing a quick tip video. This is a masterclass. We are going to break down every single moment of the restaurant experience, from walking in the door to handling mistakes to paying the bill without awkwardness.
By the end of this video, you won't just know the words, you will have the fearless mindset. You will be the one controlling the conversation.
Before we start today's lesson, we have a quick gift for you.
We made a free practice PDF with all today's phrases so you can review and practice after this video.
You can download it from our Telegram channel. The link is in the description below.
And if you want to speak English with more confidence every week, hit subscribe and join our fearless community.
Okay, let's start today's lesson. So grab your notebook, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get to work.
Okay, Mia, let's start at the very beginning. The scariest part for many people is just opening the door.
Right, you walk in, it's noisy, waiters are running around, and you feel invisible. The biggest mistake listeners make here is waiting passively.
Exactly. They stand there looking scared, waiting for someone to save them. A fearless speaker takes initiative.
So, rule #1, eye contact and greeting. You walk in, you find the host, and you say,
Hi, a table for two, please.
notice the tone? It's not a question, it's a polite request. Hi, a table for two, please.
But Mia, what if it's Friday night? What if the restaurant is full?
Great point. The host might say something fast like, we're pretty slammed, it's gonna be a 20-minute wait.
Whoa, slammed? Gonna be? That's fast English.
Slammed just means very busy. If you hear numbers or time but you aren't sure, use the clarification power phrase.
Which is?
Sorry, did you say 20 minutes?
Simple.
Or, if you want to sound really advanced, is there a wait?
Ooh, I like that. Is there a wait? It makes you sound like a local.
And if they say yes, you have two choices. You can stay or you can go. If you decide to stay, you say, okay, we can wait.
And if you want to leave, don't just walk away. That's rude. You say, okay, maybe next time. Thank you.
See, you are in control. You aren't trapped.
Okay, we survived the door. We are sitting at the table. Now comes the pressure. The waiter flies over and says, what can I get you guys to drink?
And your mind goes blank.
Total blank. You're still taking off your jacket.
This is where you need to buy time. You do not have to order immediately. Leo, what is the best phrase to stop the pressure?
I love this one. You look at the waiter, smile, and say, can we have a minute, please?
Perfect. Can we have a minute? It's polite, but it sets a boundary.
Or if you know what you want to drink but not what you want to eat, you separate them.
Show us how.
I'll just have water for now, but we need a few minutes for the food.
For now, that is a key phrase. It tells the waiter, go away, come back later, we are happy.
Now, let's look at the menu. Menus in English can be nightmares. Fancy fonts, French words, ingredients you've never heard of.
Don't panic. You don't need to read every word. Scan for the headers, starters or appetizers, mains or entrees, and drinks.
What if I see a dish but I don't know what it is?
Native speakers ask all the time. You can point at the menu and ask, the waiter, what is this exactly? Or is this spicy?
Or my favorite, what do you recommend?
Yes, that takes the pressure off you. If you trust the waiter, just ask, what's popular here?
And when they answer, even if you don't understand 100% of the description, you can just say, okay, that sounds good. I'll try that.
See, you turned a lack of knowledge into a conversation. That is fearless.
All right, it's game time. The waiter's back with his notepad. He asks, are you ready to order?
Now we need to talk about grammar, but not textbook grammar. We need to talk about politeness grammar.
Many learners translate directly from their language. They say, I want the burger, or give me the pizza.
Ooh, no, please don't do that. I want sounds like a demanding toddler. Give me sounds like a robbery.
Put the pizza in the bag.
Exactly. In English, we soften our requests. We use modals.
The two kings of ordering are I'll have and I'd like.
Let's break down I'll have. This is short for I will have.
It suggests a decision you just made.
Pronunciation is key here. It's not I will have. It's one smooth sound. I'll have. I'll have.
Try it with us. I'll have. I'll have the chicken.
The second option is even more polite. I'd like. This is short for I would like.
I'd like the Caesar salad, please.
Now, Leo, what about modifications? I'm a picky eater. I hate onions.
Me too. If you want to change the dish, use the word without or can I have.
For example, I'll have the burger, but without onions, please.
Or can I have the dressing on the side?
On the side. Memorize that phrase. It means don't put the sauce on the food, put it in a little cup. It saves soggy salads everywhere.
What if they ask you a question you didn't expect, like how would you like your steak cooked, or do you want fries or salad with that?
If they give you options A or B, just pick one and say it.
Fries or salad?
Fries, please.
White bread, wheat, or sourdough?
Sourdough, please.
You don't need a full sentence here, just the answer and please.
Okay, we've learned the theory. Now we practice. We are going to do a full role play.
But we are raising the difficulty level. I'm going to be a slightly busy waiter. I'm going to speak at natural speed.
And I'm going to be a hungry, slightly complicated customer. Let's do it.
Hi guys, how are we doing? Did we decide on some food?
Yes, I think so. I'll have the grilled salmon, please.
Okay, the salmon. That comes with mash or seasonal veggies. Which one did you want?
Could I actually get a side salad instead?
Sub salad? Yeah, I can do that. There's a $1 upcharge. Is that cool?
Sorry, what was that last part?
Oh, it's $1 extra.
Ah, that's fine.
And for you, sir?
He'll just have the burger, medium rare.
Got it. Anything else for the table?
No, that's all for now. Thank you.
I'll get that right out.
Okay, let's analyze that. Leo, you threw some curveballs at me.
I did. I said sub salad and upcharge.
Sub means substitute. Upcharge means extra cost. I didn't catch it first, but did I panic?
Nope, you used the clarification phrase. Sorry, what was that last part?
And I noticed you used is that cool instead of is that okay?
Yeah, waiters are people. They use slang. If you hear is that cool, just treat it like is that okay. Now, this is the advanced section. The food arrives, but it's wrong.
This is the ultimate test of confidence. Most students will just eat the wrong food because they are too scared to complain.
Don't eat the mushroom soup if you ordered tomato. You're paying for it. You need to fix it.
But you must be polite. Do not get angry. Use the excuse me but formula.
First, get their attention. Make eye contact, raise your hand slightly, don't snap fingers, and say, excuse me.
When they come over, say, I'm sorry, but I ordered the chicken, not the fish.
Notice she said, I'm sorry. She didn't do anything wrong. Why say sorry?
It softens the blow. It makes the waiter want to help you, not fight you. Sorry, but I think this is the wrong order.
Another common problem is the bill.
In the US, the bill doesn't come until you ask for it. You can sit there for an hour waiting.
To get the bill, catch the waiter's eye and make a signing motion with your hand, or just say, could we get the check, please?
And here's a big cultural point for my travelers, splitting the bill.
Oh yes, in some countries, one person pays. In the US or UK, friends often split.
You can ask at the end, can we split the bill or can we do separate checks?
And finally, we see tipping.
The math test at the end of the meal. In the US, 20% is standard. If you're confused, just ask your friend or look at the receipt. Sometimes they do the math for you.
We're almost done, but before you go, we need to train your mouth muscles.
This is the Fearless Pronunciation Gym. We're going to say the key phrases 3 times. First slow, then normal, then fast.
Repeat after us, out loud. Don't just listen, speak.
Phrase 1. Ordering. I'll have the burger. I'll have the burger. I'll have the burger.
Phrase 2, the stalling. Can we have a minute? Can we have a minute? Can we have a minute?
Phrase 3, the bill. Could we get the check, please? Could we get the check, please? Could we get the check, please?
Good. Do you feel the rhythm? English is about flow, not robotic words.
You made it. You just completed the Fearless Restaurant Masterclass.
Think about how much we covered: greeting, ordering, customizing, complaining politely, and paying.
The next time you walk into a restaurant, I want you to visualize this video. Shoulders back, smile, you have the script.
And remember, the waiter is just a person who wants to bring you food. They are not judging your grammar. They just want to know if you want fries or salad.
Here is your fearless challenge for the week.
Go to a place where they speak English, a cafe, a fast food joint, or a restaurant. Order something with a modification.
Ask for no ice or sauce on the side. Practice changing the order. It forces you to go off script.
And then come back here and tell us in the comments, what did you eat? And were you fearless?
If you want more masterclasses like this, maybe on job interviews or travel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
We are building the most confident community of English learners on YouTube, and we want you with us.
I'm Mia.
I'm Leo.
Stay fearless.
See you next time.